Summit area. In this area, I'm going to talk about the Naval Communication Site and also Cero Tigre, which is very close by. The Summit Naval Communication Station was located in this area here. This was primarily the antenna fields and so forth. And in the subsequent years, the antennas have been taken down, and there's also been a bit of construction and new roads put in. The original radio facility was completed by the Navy in 1935. In the early World War II years, the site was expanded. And, as I said, it fell within this area here. Looking at our attachments, we're talking this area here, even though we have clouds and fringing on it, you can see that it was and still is clear. Looking at a Canal Zone map fragment, we can see the old antenna areas notated on the map right here. And this is a photograph from Bill Mack with CZ Images, and it shows the antenna structures that used to be in place here. And that old photograph is actually from 1961. Okay, I'm going to back out some here. This is Cero Tigre, and the area that I have pinned here is an old Army ammunition depot. And it fell within what was called Cero Tigre Military Reservation. And it was actually established on June 16th, 1930, and it was for ammunition handling and storage. It was turned over to the Republic of Panama on Treaty Day, and it stored explosive munitions and other types of munitions. The TTC Tropical Test Center map also shows that there was a facility in this vicinity. And it does appear that part of this area, at least part of this area, is still being used in some capacity. This is a structure that was built in there after the turnover to Panama, and it's the National Police Academy. So access to this area may be restricted. If we look at our photographs that are attached on the map here, we're now talking in this area here. So we're pretty well covered with clouds. On our Canal Zone map fragment, you can see the outline of the military reservation, and the pinned area, which is the old ammo area, is out here. And on our TTC Tropical Test Center map, we're talking about number 9. Number 9 Cero Tigre test facility. And it's appeared that throughout the old canal zone, all of the ammo storage areas, depots, magazines, and all that type of thing were kept clear. And I was a reporter on this, and this is part of what I noticed in looking at this area and looking at it over the years on Google Earth Pro. The next area is Chiva Chiva. And Chiva Chiva was a high point. And in 1961, there was a reorganization of the Army Security Agency, Southcom. And at that time, Chiva Chiva was established as an operational area for them. And also, this area was reportedly used for testing of other chemical and nerve type agents over the years. Chiva Chiva was turned over to the Republic of Panama on January 6, 1998. And taking a look at this area, and I'm back out here some. There were 2 tropical test center facilities out in this area also. As you can see, the old antenna area, from what I'm able to tell by looking over the time, ran sort of in a semicircle, and they had a building up here with some other antennas. There's been quite a bit of construction over that area. In fact, this appears to be a hospital that was built over part of the area. The antenna areas were always kept clear. The reporter here, we had 2 reporters for Chiva Chiva. One was Pamela Weldon, and I'll talk more about what Pamela had to say, and the other was Paul Harmon. And first off, as I said, most of the area has been built on, and the construction appears to have started around 2013. And I pinned this area over here because from the best I can tell, that was like the end of the antenna field. There was a TTC facility that was somewhere up in this location. The second location, TTC location, comes in with some of what lines up with what Pamela Weldon had to say. And she talked about that past the police lodge on Chiva Chiva Road, there was an area that there were buried barrels. All right, you can barely make out what's left of Chiva Chiva Road, but it generally ran, let me get my down in this direction. And another reason for construction up here is that this happens to be the new toll transisthmus highway that was built. And if we look at attachments, I can show you better, not on this one, because we have quite a bit of cloud cover here that covers the area. This is the 1969 canals view. It's low resolution. But if we go back to looking at the Canal Zone map fragment, it shows the antenna field up in this area that Bill Harmon was talking about. And it also shows Chiva Chiva Road that Pamela was talking about coming up here. And I noted on here that it also, in this area here, says that there was an underground structure of some sort. On the maps and so forth, both from back as far as I can go in Google Earth Pro and the current, I cannot make out where that area might have been. The two TTC areas are 7 and 8, and 7 is up here in the general vicinity of the antenna farm, and number 8 appears to be along Chiva Chiva Road in the vicinity of where that underground storage was. 7 and 8. 7 is marked as database project site open, and number 8 is Chiva Chiva test facility. And this is a photo that was the photographer and the date are unknown, but this was the Chiva Chiva antennas and so forth. In the background, you can see the farm, antenna farm, and then they had other satellite dishes up close to the facility.
I'd like to thank veteran Richard Wyman for putting together all of this information on possible places to test in the Panama Canal Zone. I'd like you to all come over to the Military Veterans Advocacy and join with us today. We are further than we have ever been before. We have a rulemaking request that's been granted by the VA Secretary. We have an HR 5026 bill for Panama introduced into the Congress, and we could not have done that without the Military Veterans Advocacy and the leadership of Commander John Wells. There's also a ton of information under the Veterans of Panama Canal that we have submitted to the VA Secretary who granted our requests. So this information might be able to help you in your claims. And if you need help with an attorney, if you're at the appeals level, use our contact button and contact our administrative staff and they can guide you for help.